Ladies and gents, greetings. Thank you for tuning into First Light Cloud Exchange, your cloud solutions center. Today we invited one of our premier partner carriers, Spectrotel. Spectrotel is a national aggregator where they provide pretty much all services, telecom and IT related, under one umbrella on one platform. We have Mr. Gabe Setti. Gabe, welcome. Great to see you.
Thank you, Taz. A pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you. Spectrotel is a very unique carrier, right? You offer a broad spectrum of solutions and you tailor make it. Would you like to discuss a bit about that?
Sure. So Spectrotel has been in business for over 27 years, and we currently do business with over 350 unique carriers.
Wow.
But believe it or not, 80% of our business comes out of the top 8 companies you may know: Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum, etc. But people say, what makes you different? And this is what I usually tell my customers is that, first of all, we listen to our strategic partners like First Light Cloud Exchange. And they tell us the needs of their customers. So what are the needs? We need to minimize risk. We need to optimize your resources and technology and modernize the enterprise. So I'm sure, Taz, you're going to say to me, what does that mean?
I was going to ask you that.
What it basically means is that we customize solutions for every single customer. Because we have so many diverse carriers, I'm not forced to give you one because that's the only thing I sell. So our team, which consists of our strategic partners, we come in and we sit down with our clients to identify what their needs are. So we create the solution base for that customer. Then we design it. We go back to our engineers so they can review it. Then we build it. Then we professionally install it, and then we deploy it. Remember, Taz, any company can sell you a product. We sell you the solution.
And you replicate that solution over and over again.
Over and over again. But unique to the individual customer. So it's not the same solution, but it's that same process for that individual need for that customer.
Right. And I think they play a very valuable role in the sector of the market. We have many mutual customers, and I know that one particular customer, they have 10,000 users all over the country. There were about, I think it was like 1,500 POTS lines and broadband circuits, etc., spread out throughout the entire country. And they were having a very tough time managing all those different local carriers, billing issues and technical support, etc. And we brought Spectrotel. You consolidated all those services on one platform with one point of contact. And I mean, aside from the cost savings, the hard cost savings, the fact that account didn't have to engage so many of their internal resources in managing all those services was really a huge, huge favor.
And that's one of our strengths: multi-locations, multi-product. We take the burden off the customer. We help the IT staffs, because most IT staffs are short-staffed.
Yeah.
And we allow them to focus on their core projects, and we do everything else for them.
And let's say a multi-location customer in the NFL cities, they have a full staff, but in the rural areas, they do not have that readily available. You can actually dispatch a technical person to that location to take care of that issue, right?
Yes, we can. And besides that, you mentioned that in the NFL cities that they might have staff in those locations. But those staff go home and want to go home at a normal hour, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We have a 24/7 US-based NOC. So we're there to service. So at 10 o'clock at night, when there's an issue that goes down, that poor IT manager isn't getting a phone call at their home to say what's going on, right? Spectrotel takes care of that. We're nationwide. So we have a person here in New York City, and they have an office in California. Well, 9 o'clock in New York is only 6 o'clock in California. And these poor people getting calls, we take that off their hands. We are able to service all these needs, from managing their access, their UCAS, any type of managed services, all in one, under one pane of glass, and that's where our strength is.
That's really a great point and a perfect segue to discuss that offering that you have, that you pretty much offer everything under the sun, right? And I say that in a positive way. There's a lot of carriers that we all know, they specialize in unified communication or connectivity or security. Spectrotel actually, you have mastered all those products and you can tailor-make a solution depending on that customer's need. Someone may just only need phone service. Great, we have that, right? Someone may need phone service, internet connectivity, backup, managed Wi-Fi, disaster recovery, built-in security, managed firewall, all of that, and you can tailor-make that. You can put it in a box, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm speaking out of term, you can put them in a box, ship it to the location in Idaho, Kansas, wherever, and a tech will come out, unbox everything, put it up, turn it up, and get that customer up and running in a matter of days.
Correct. So our tagline is, we do everything from the closet to the cloud. And in the example that Taz had mentioned is multi-location customer, they want to modernize the enterprise. They want to switch from analog lines. They might have, fax modem lines. They might need security cameras. They might have DSL, and now they might need internet because now they're doing POS over the internet as opposed to dial-up. Remember, the old credit card machines used to be dial-up. Now people don't do that anymore. Everyone's going to internet. So what we do is we'll customize a solution for that customer. We'll typically provide a primary and backup access, because you always need that failover in case the primary goes down. Can you imagine being at a restaurant and at 10 o'clock the internet goes down? How are they going to process credit cards? Right? We always provide a primary and secondary. We provide the switches. We provide the firewall because you need that security. Anytime any retailer that's processing credit cards, you have to have protection. Customer Wi-Fi, you need to make sure that you provide your customers the ability to get to the internet, but they can't get into your network.
Yeah.
So you need that type of protection. See, people don't think of those things. So what we do is we create that customized solution for that individual customer. We build it in our headquarters, and we put it in a rack. And we actually color code all the wires. So we have the WAN, the LAN, the 4G, the backup, the primary. And so when we ship them out, we send an installer who will install that at that location, and they don't leave until everything is working to the customer satisfaction. The beauty of it is we replicate that now. So if you have 20 locations, we replicate 20 locations. So when there's an issue, now I'm calling a restaurant, I'm just using it as an example. In a restaurant, the manager knows how to run the restaurant, probably knows about how to order food, but knows nothing about the internet. But because everything is color coordinated throughout all their locations, we're able to troubleshoot for them and walk them through to say, hey, is this wire unplugged? 'Cause in restaurants, many times someone will unplug a wire. And because we proactively monitor every piece of device, both circuit and device that we install, we call them to let them know that there's something wrong, and then we can help walk through to determine, hey, is the yellow wire, we're showing that your internet is down. Is that yellow wire plugged in? And 9 times out of 10, we solve the problem right then and there, and we avert some sort of a disaster.
That's just priceless. That's really beautiful. One thing I particularly like, actually two things. Number one, that you have a 24/7, 365 SOC, Security Operations Center, that is monitoring every endpoint that you have deployed.
Correct.
And number two, you actually provide a full 360 solution where you brought in the primary internet, secondary internet, even tertiary internet, 4G, 5G backup, along with managed security. Because let's face it, if you're a small multi-location, if you're a multi-location customer with relatively smaller needs, let's put it that way. A restaurant or a retail environment where there are 5 phones, right? 5 phones, and you still need security, you still need managed Wi-Fi, you still need redundancy. If you were to go out and procure all those disparate services on your own, you're looking at a pretty big monthly cost. Spectrotel combines all of that at a very good price. It's significantly lower because it's on one platform from one carrier than if you were to get that from multiple different providers.
We can talk all day long, but again, we'll sit down and listen to you. If you're a small franchisee owner that might have 2 or 3 locations of whatever business that you have, we will help create solutions so that if you have 4 lines in your one location and a 5th call comes in most places today, they get it busy. We know what happens to people that a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donuts, a Burger King, a Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's. If I can't get you, I call the next one. You lose that business. Well, we sit there. We try to determine the amount of calls that come in. With our UCaaS service, I can tell you how many calls were being blocked. I can let you know what your busy hours are. I can make sure that I will forward that call to another one of your stores that might not be that busy. I could forward it to your cell phone. I'm going to make sure I'm going to create an environment that you don't lose that phone call and make sure that you don't lose that customer calling someplace else. These are the things that go beyond just selling you a product. And that's where our strength is.
That is truly fantastic. You cover a lot of grounds, and I know there's hundreds of customers and prospects out there that need that service, particularly coming from one source with one bill, one point of contact, and a managed solution in its truest meaning. That is truly priceless. Anything else you want to add?
No, listen, the partnership that we have with First Light Cloud Exchange helps us work together as a team. It's the consultation that they provide, the services that they provide, and I don't work for them. He doesn't work for me. It's based on delivering for his customers. And they only pick customers like Spectrotel when we can solve a problem. And we service one location customers, and as Taz mentioned, we have customers with 10,000 locations. So we're not afraid to take on whatever need or problem you have, and I look forward to working with you, Taz, in these opportunities.
Thank you very much, Gabe, and thank you for tuning in. There's more information in the link below on Spectrotel. Please click, subscribe, like us. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you.